What's up, Tweeners? Welcome back to another Tweener tennis video today here on the channel. Today, we just found out that Medvedev might be banned from playing Wimbledon. And not just him, but also other Russian players and Belarusian players due to the war that's happening in Ukraine. Now, let's just go to Twitter immediately, and I'll show you guys what I mean by that. The fact that not just Medvedev, who currently just lost his #1 ranking in the world to Novak Djokovic after recently claiming it, and Novak hasn't even played a tournament basically this year. Actually, he hasn't at all. But the fact that he might be banned if he doesn't disavow Putin, it's a scary game that we're playing here with players. Internationals have been, and we can see that from Time Sports, and it all started with this article, I have to point out. International talks have begun on how athletes can disavow themselves from Putin, with world tennis #1 Daniil Medvedev facing a potential Wimbledon ban unless he does so. Which is funny because they don't mention Rublev, they don't mention any of the Russian women like Kazatkina or Pavlyuchenkova. They haven't mentioned anyone along that Kudermetova, like all these players. Medvedev, the world number player, could face a ban from Wimbledon unless he provides public assurances that he is not a supporter of President Putin. And according to Nigel Hudson, the sports minister, said the government would only allow individual athletes from Russia or Belarus to compete in events in the UK if they received assurances that the individual was not linked to the Russian or Belarusian states or their leaders. Because now it's getting into the idea that what happens to their families that may be back in Russia. Because we all know that this war is just unbelievably, it's just ridiculous. It's just purely ridiculous. We've interviewed Sergei Stakhovsky, who was a former top 50 player in the world, who's now serving in the war against Russia. We also have Alex Dologopolov. I apologize if I mispronounced his name, but he just joined the war as well. We've talked to Orlov as well. We've talked to multiple Ukrainians now on the channel about what's happening to their country, and it's a very dangerous game. And especially with a country that's so predominant in tennis now too. Russia and Ukraine for that matter. It's crazy to think that we've gotten to this point. And we can see from this as well, the follow-up, the All England Club is showing increasing concerns behind the scenes about the optics of allowing players from Russia and Belarus to play in the Summer's Tennis Championship with the invasion of Ukraine still going on. This includes talks with the ATP, WTA, and ITF allow players from either country to compete as neutrals without a flag beside their name. And we've seen that. We've seen them come out with, now I'll just show you that tweet right here. We've seen that already with some of the players and how most of them that represent Russia or Belarus, or Belarus, I should say, a lot of them are not playing with a flag next to their name already. And kind of equates to that ROC kind of committee for the Olympics when they first got Russia was banned from the Olympics and they had to fly under the ROC flag, which is still happening to this day, but there's a debate of whether or not they should have flown under a flag like that for the Tennis Federation or they should have been not using the Russian flag at all. And they aren't using the Russian flag at all. If you look at any site in terms of Google, the tennis app, Tennis One, the Russian flag is not being shown next to their names, even on live broadcasts. It's funny because the only person that has come out publicly a little bit about it was Rublev when he won his tournament. And he just said, no war, just peace. And had some statements about the war and how he didn't want it to happen. And then all of a sudden a flood of generic, we just don't want war came out. Post from Russian players, from Belarusian players. And it became a dangerous, slippery slope. Because we don't know how this is going to affect their families. We don't know that. And I'm not saying I take pity on these players, but I'm just saying from this perspective, it's going to be really, really hard to have an organization predominantly with players that are ruling our sport whose country is invading another. It doesn't make sense. I'm just reporting because this is just this whole thing is just crazy and it's ridiculous. And I wanted to keep you guys up to date. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. Should these players be banned? Should they not? Give me your opinions down in the comments. Let me know. I'm just reporting this to you guys. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care.